Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video. Today we're taking a look at the mirror, because the mirror got a huge buff in the recent update, and now gives you cards one level higher than its current level, and at tournament standards, it's extremely powerful, because you can get cards that are higher level than tournament standards in a battle using the mirror. For example, you can get legendaries that are level 2, you can get commons that are level 10, or rares that are level 8 in a tournament battle, and I'm pairing it up with the Goblin Barrel because if you mirror Goblin Barrels, you can get goblins that can't be zapped with that mirror card, which is pretty crazy. So here's the deck I'm using. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple replays, and then we'll finish off with some live tournament battles. So here we are, guys, facing off against a giant balloon strategy. Now, I want to take a quick second here to talk about the deck itself. I experimented with a variety of different deck compositions before I came up with this one. At one point, I was trying a super fast cycling minor Goblin Barrel strategy, going in with the minor as well as mirrored Goblin Barrels, hopefully to have the minor tank for the goblins, and then having goblins that can't be killed by a zap spell. But the problem with that was, you spent a ton of elixir on the minor as well as the Goblin Barrels, and you're not really doing any damage to your opponent's defending troops, so the counter pushes were really hard to deal with that strategy. So by throwing in the Giant Skeleton instead of the minor, I still have something to tank for the Goblin Barrel, but when the Giant Skeleton dies, the Giant Bomb will hopefully take out all my opponent's defending troops. And also, the Giant Skeleton can come in clutch on defense if you need to. If your opponent is setting up a really strong beatdown push, go ahead and use the Giant Skeleton way in the back to take out all of your opponent's support troops when that Giant Skeleton dies. Now, the reason I have the Inferno Tower in this deck is simply one other way to bait out a zap spell, and that way my opponent will hopefully not have a zap spell available for either of my Goblin Barrels, or if they zap the first Goblin Barrel, I now have a second Goblin Barrel that can't be zapped, and I also have an Inferno Tower that he won't have a zap available for. Now, the only downside with this deck is I miss the Valkyrie. If you guys have watched my videos for any length of time, you know I use the Valkyrie as well as the Musketeer in almost every single deck I make, and that's just because I have so much experience using both of those cards. And without the Valkyrie in there, I find myself finding so many situations where I think to myself, man, I wish I had the Valkyrie right now. She would do work for me on defense. Now, my opponent coming in here with a pretty aggressive giant balloon push. Take a look at this clutch Ice Spirit, freezing his balloon, giving my tower as well as the Musketeer time to finish it off, not taking any damage to my tower in that push, and I was also able to sneak in a Goblin Barrel to his tower, doing work to it, bringing it all the way down to 1300 health. Now, the Musketeer able to get 2 additional shots in the tower, bringing it down to 910 health. Gonna go ahead and use the Zap spell there to finish off these Spear Goblins, and then just soak up the damage from the Barbarians and try and build up an Elixir advantage. But now that we're in the double Elixir period, and I already have 2 pumps down, I want to start playing a little bit more aggressively. Now, with the mirror in this deck, you pretty much always want to save it to go up with your Goblin Barrel, but if you have to use it on defense, it's not too bad. Just make sure you try and cycle back to the Goblin Barrel mirror combo when you do a push. Giant Skeleton going up there with the Ice Spirit as well as the Musketeer in the back. Gonna go ahead and use the first Goblin Barrel to hopefully bait out a spell, but he doesn't use anything. He waits for his Witch as well as his Skeletons to finish them off. So down goes the second Goblin Barrel, doing work to his tower, bringing it down to 176 health. Now, I did notice that he had the arrows ready, but he didn't decide to use them. I'm assuming it's because he wanted to save the elixir to set up a counter push, but his counter push here isn't able to do anything thanks to my clutch Ice Spirit freezing that balloon as well as the Musketeer and Inferno Tower taking it out. Final Goblin Barrel going down, baiting out the arrows, but I make a big mistake and I use the Zap spell on defense, which means the mirror isn't available for the Goblin Barrel, but he does actually give up in this battle and leaves at this moment, allowing the Musketeer to finish his tower off, giving myself the 1 crown victory. Let's go ahead here to another replay. So here we are, guys, facing off against an Infernal Dragon, a Lava Hound deck, and I think this is only my second battle against an Infernal Dragon since it came out. Now, I'm going to wait till I hit 10 Elixir, and then use the Pump as my first move, because I'm lucky enough to have it in my starting hand. Now, my opponent's going to go ahead and use the Mega Minion in the back behind his King Tower, and to me, that was kind of a sign that he might be using a minor strategy, because some people using minor decks will use a DPS troop behind their King Tower just to build up more elixir for a minor push, but once the Mega Minion crosses the river and he hasn't dropped anything else, I'm going to go ahead and mirror the Pump and then just soak up a little bit of damage from the Mega Minion, only taking 2 hits. Looking back at it though, he did probably about 600 damage to my tower, so probably not the smartest move to mirror those pumps, but I wanted to try and build up a huge elixir advantage earlier on, so that later on I can overwhelm my opponent. Inferno Tower going down to distract hopefully the Lava Hound. Gonna go ahead and also use the Goblin Barrel to bait out his Zap spell, so that way he either has to choose to zap the Inferno Tower or zap the Goblin Barrel. Now he chooses to zap the Goblin Barrel, which means the Inferno Tower can destroy his Infernal Dragon and then go on to do work to his Lava Hound, sorry. Now the pups do a good amount of damage to my tower, bring it down to 1300 health, but I also have a second pump down in the bottom right corner, really building up an elixir advantage for later on. Gonna start doing a slow push here on the right hand side with that giant skeleton. Whenever I'm doing a push with this deck, I always have to do a slow giant skeleton push behind my king tower, and that way I'll have enough elixir for a double goblin barrel attack once the giant skeleton crosses the bridge. So first goblin barrel going down, doing work to his tower. He doesn't use the Zaspel, he uses the ice spear instead, or sorry, the ice wizard. Second goblin barrel going down, doing crazy damage to his tower, and he knows he can't zap those goblins. As you can see, he does have the Zaspel in his hand, but he knows they won't kill the level 10 goblins, so I'm able to take out one tower from that one giant skeleton mirrored goblin barrel push, and I also force my opponent to spend all of his elixir defending his tower, and that way the Inferno Tower is by itself, or sorry, the Lava Hound is by itself on the left hand side. Giant skeleton going down to distract some of the puffs, but looking back at it, that was a huge mistake. But I'm going to try and make the most out of it using a goblin barrel once again. He zaps this one, and then down goes the mirrored goblin barrel, doing a bit of damage to his tower. But of course, the goblin barrel isn't nearly as strong when you already have a tower down, because your opponent also has the king tower defending his tower as well. So at this point in the battle, I'm just going to try and hold out for a 1 crown victory, but he's coming in pretty aggressive here with the Lava Hound as well as the Inferno Dragon to take out my giant skeleton. I want to try desperately to play defense here and hold out for the 1 crown victory, but he's setting up a pretty strong push. Zaspel going down, only hitting 2 of the lava puffs, pretty big waste of 2 elixir, and notice how I use 2 ice spirits there, both within range of the Mega Minion, and both dying before they did anything. So huge misplay by myself on that defense, resulting in me losing a tower and the score being even up to 1 crown apiece. But I do have the advantage by having both of his towers already down pretty low. Gonna go ahead with a pretty aggressive giant skeleton goblin barrel. He's asked his first goblin barrel, and unfortunately I don't have the mirror available for the second one, so I didn't do any damage to that tower on that push. Giant bomb exploding, taking out his electric pump, but I'm gonna try and keep the pressure on because I know the Lava Hound decks do have a fair bit of ramp up time in terms of setting up a strong push. So immediate giant skeleton drop on his side of the arena with a goblin barrel going down, baiting out the Zaspel, going in with a mirrored goblin barrel with a Zaspel of my own to give my goblins more time to do damage to the tower, and the musketeer is also able to go in there and get a couple shots off, bringing it down to 113 health. And at this point in the battle, all I need is another goblin barrel or maybe even mirrored Zaspels to finish off that tower and get the victory. So I'm gonna try as fast as I can to cycle through my cards. First goblin barrel going down here, actually taking out the tower and giving myself the 2 crown victory. Let's go ahead here and do some live battles. So here we go, guys, facing off against a level 9, hitting off with the good luck. And we do have the pump in the starting hand, which is good. But of course, if my opponent is using a fast cycling miner or hog rider deck, then pumping up can be extremely risky at the start of a battle. But he's looked like he's going to start setting up a slow push here, so we will wait to see what else he does. I'm kind of thinking about mirroring pumps here, but that might be too risky. I'm not confident enough to do that right now. Let's go ahead and freeze this musketeer. There we go. And we should be able to defend pretty good. Now that we know he has the poison spell in his deck, I'm going to go ahead and start placing my pumps down in the corners instead of the middle there. Because as you can see, he got huge value for that pump, or for that poison spell, sorry. Taking out the pump, taking out the Inferno Tower as well as the musketeer, and doing damage to my tower as well. Too much value that I want to give my opponent. So let's go ahead here. I want to use the pump, maybe? Let's use Goblin Barrel here and distract it like this. Maybe have him miss a Zaspel. I don't want to mirror those. Let's go ahead and pump up here. I don't want to mirror those. The giant bomb, hopefully... No, not killing the musketeer. So, in one of those guys coming in here, let's freeze this. With another freeze for this. Look at that clutch mirror, just taking out all of those guys. The Zaspel, though, that musketeer is going to do work to me because the tower is slowed down by the poison spell. So he's playing it pretty smart so far. Now, he does not have a zap available. I wonder how much damage you can do with a Goblin Barrel right here. But let's go ahead and just use a pump in this corner here. I don't want to put them together because the poison will probably go down, damage both pumps as well as the tower. So, what's he going to do? Hog Rider, right here. The Ice Spirit is already locked on to my tower. So, does he zap this? If he does, I'll appreciate it, but he doesn't though. I was hoping he would zap it because I knew even with the Zap spell, the Hog Rider wouldn't make it to the tower. Now, he's using Hog Trifecta, it looks like. Let's go ahead and support this with this. Ice Spirit as well. Then we're going to go ahead and Goblin Barrel from the corner here. With another Goblin Barrel right here. Have this right here to kill all this. Now, look at that, guys. The Zap spell not killing those goblins, Completely destroyed that tower with that one push because of the mirrored Goblin Barrel doing work, guys. Doing work for me. Oh, that makes me so happy when stuff like that just happens. We're going to Ice Spirit this Valkyrie, and then we'll have the mirrored Ice Spirit available for right here. Giant Skeleton going down right here. Cycling pretty crazy fast here. Hopefully the Ice Spirit can freeze that Hog Rider. There we go. The mirrored Ice Spirit, guys, is actually pretty good on defense. You can freeze for a total of 4 seconds for only a 3 elixir cost. Hit him up with a good game there, getting the victory. Let's go ahead and do one more live battle, guys. So here we are, guys, facing off against a level 9. Hit him up with the good luck. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. No pump in the starting hand, which is pretty unfortunate. If he pumps up, though, we're screwed. Okay, he's going to Musketeer, so we're going to Musketeer the same lane as well. I always hate it when you start out with a bad pushing hand and your opponent pumps up. But we're going to go ahead and Giant Skeleton this. Ice Spirit here. With a Goblin Barrel right here. Oh, his zap is gone. His zap is gone, guys. Look at those goblins just make magic happen. We're going to hit that tower. The tower is dead because of that Goblin drop, or the zap drop. Oh, this Goblin's still making magic happen for me. So what is he going to do here? Hog Rider, let's Inferno Tower here. Musketeer on this side. He's using Hog Trifecta, I think. There's that Zaspel, though. So he says good game. I'm hoping he gives up, because I like free victories. As much as it's not really a true win, but it's still a free victory, which is always nice. Let's pump up right here. If he counters that Musketeer, then he's not giving up yet. But we're doing more damage to that tower. I'm going to try and go for the 3 crown here. Let's use an Ice Spirit right here. Then we're going to use Giant Skeleton right here. There we go. And let's see here. Goblin Barrel right here. He's probably going to use a Valkyrie to take out this. No. Tower is distracted, though. He misses a Goblin, though. But his other tower is able to defend, which is unfortunate, but... Giant Skeleton going onto the Electric Pump. I like that. Is he going to Hog Rider? Let's go ahead and do this with an Ice Spirit here. Freeze that guy. We're going to start a nasty push here on the right-hand side. I'm not going to pump up anymore for the rest of this battle, I don't think. Let's go ahead and do this right here. Musketeer on this side is for support. And we're going to go ahead and do this. Ice Spirit for the Valkyrie that's incoming right here. And there it is. Let's go to another Giant Skeleton right here. That Giant Skeleton pushing my Musketeer out of range of his Valkyrie. Another Giant Skeleton right here. That's just stupid, guys. Let's be stupid here. Come on, let's be stupid. Musketeer right here. Zap this. There we go. Getting the victory, guys. Getting the victory. But let's go ahead here and do one more live battle. So here we go, guys, with our last live battle of the video. Hit him up with a good luck. We do have the pump in the starting hand. Always nice, always nice. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and use it here. We do have the Inferno Tower available, just in case. So he's using Giant Poison, it looks like. Let's see here. We're going to pump up our Inferno Tower up right here. Not right there. My finger slipped at the very last second. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Let's Ice Spirit this right here. Goblin Barrel, so you won't have Zap available. But we're actually going to get some stabs off on that tower. Let's go ahead and Goblin Barrel again right here. Just to cycle. Does he zap it? Oh, he zaps it, but they don't kill! Oh, never mind that one of them missed. But, oh, look at that value. Down to 1,000 health already. Oh, I really hope we win this. If we win this, this is 12 out of 12 wins for this challenge, and I'll open up the chest at the end of the video. But he's using Giant Prince Poison. There's pretty much 2 poison decks everyone's using. It's Giant Prince Poison or Giant Bowler. So, I really wish one day to see more deck diversity. Because seeing so many giants right now makes me cry on the inside a bit. Come on, bomb explode. There we go. Look at that bomb do work for me. Come on, let's do this with a mirror. There we go. Stab, 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 stab. Ice Spirit here. Freeze that guy. We're going to have to soak up a couple of hits, though, from that Prince, though. Not really ideal at all, but it has to happen. That's Giant Skeleton right here to distract this Mega Minion. My tower's already low. With only a minute 5 left in this battle, I feel like I might be able to hold out for the 1 crown. So that's what I'm going to do. Just use a pump right here. By the time he comes in with a push, we'll have time to build up Elixir for defense. We're just gonna play super defensive here, guys. Gonna mirror this. Like I said, we're playing super defensively. I don't even care if it's dirty. I want that 12 win chest. Do this with this. We have another Inferno Tower here. Right here. And we're gonna do another Inferno Tower right here. I think he's mad, guys. I think he's mad. Let's do this. Some more buildings. I think he's mad. Good game. Giant Skeleton there. Okay, so we get another victory, guys, with this mirror card. Hit him up with a good game, but we did get the 12 wins, though, out of this challenge. So that means we got to open up a chest here. Oh, that was so fun. There we go, guys. Only 1 loss in this challenge, and that was actually before when I was testing out different decks. Let's see here. Obviously getting 2,000 gold. Always appreciate that gold for only 10 gem cost. Mortars, Goblin Hut, Spear Goblins, and Lightning. Okay, pretty good chests. Was hoping for legendary, but no legendary, of course. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, though, and we will see you in the next video.